nice hard-hitting drums that just sound so perfect. I'm a fan. Brockhampton just dropped their new album titled Roadrunner, New Lights, New Machine, today, April the 9th. Now this is their sixth album. Now this is their number 6 album in the past 4 years. Started with Saturation 1, 2, and 3, then Eroticism in 2018, and most recently Ginger in 2019. And here we are now 2 years later with Roadrunner. Now I'm excited for this one because they recently released a couple of singles that were some bangers. The group is very unique, and these 2 singles accurately showed that uniqueness in their music and how they just naturally stand out. But enough about the singles. I'm here to review the album Roadrunner, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll understand why I rated the album the way I did. Now we're on the road to 2K subscribers, so go ahead and do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I mean, the more the channel grows, the more I'm able to create dope videos for you all, so yeah, you should do that. And to push this video, go ahead and leave a like on this video and comment your favorite Brockhampton song. Let's get this video to 50 likes and 50 new subscribers. Now, just looking at the track list itself, it's pretty fire. I mean, the feature list is kind of crazy. You have A$AP Rocky, A$AP Ferg. I'm seeing people like Charlie Wilson. Off the back, I already know that the Charlie Wilson song is going to be the most melodic. And I'm probably the most excited for this track because every song that Charlie Wilson usually features on is so amazing usually, especially with the Tyler Creator tracks. Not too familiar with So Gone, So Gone, So Flexy, nor Bird. Not sure how to pronounce that, or JPEGMAFIA. I haven't really heard them too often, so it's gonna be new to me and I'm excited. Now for those of y'all who are not familiar with the group itself, they are a hip-hop group originally known as Alive Since Forever. Born and raised in San Marcos, Texas. I personally never been there, but I'm sure it gets hot in the summer. They formed in 2010 and they became known as Brockhampton back in 2014. Now to give you a perspective of the uniqueness that I mentioned earlier, Complex described the group as a gay, black, white, do-it-yourself, ambitious, all-inclusive, but would-be pop stars group. And in my opinion, this diversity is why the group is so great. Now they do have a deep member list. I'm not gonna say it all, but I'm gonna leave it on the screen so y'all can kind of do your own research yourselves. I'm not Google, like. But the Saturation series really put the group on the map. It led to them signing with RCA Records back in 2018, so it was definitely 8 years of grinding for them. But shortly after, their 4th album, Boom, was able to be pushed and debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 charts. Now the group go all the way back from forming since high school, but hey, they grown ever since. Now the cover art for the album is actually pretty epic, well actually per usual. To be honest, the cover art always stood out for me for Brockhampton. My personal favorites are Saturation 3 and Iridescence, I can't pronounce it. Contrary, I think the cover art to their past 2 singles that they just released were but at least the songs are bangers. Now for this album, in the main cover art, it looks like it's a CD that kind of continues their more transcendent style when it comes to their visuals. But one thing they did differently for this album is they have individual artists CDs. 7 in total, so for my Brockhampton fans, go ahead and get that CD. This is not a paid advertisement, but go ahead and hit that like button because I push you on, you know what I'm saying? And now what you been waiting for, the album. Like I said, BUZZCUT is the song that they released before, so I already knew it was a banger coming in. Me personally, I think Danny Brown is perfect for this song. He gives a nice high tone compared to the production. It's already more like 90s hip hop, more aggressive, and Danny Brown is just the prime example of a guy that kind of has an aggressive delivery but just a more higher tone. I think it's perfect, especially with the combination of Brockhampton here, and plus they came pretty hard. Now when it comes to introductions, I'm not mad this is an introduction. It kind of sounds like it could be an introduction song, but I'm always looking for the next, like freaking Ultra Light Beam or any Kanye introduction or Kendrick Lamar To Pimp a Butterfly introduction. I can't think of the song. Kendrick Lamar's Wesley Theory. I think one thing that kind of takes away from this intro is it's already released. It was a single that everybody heard. So you can look at it for 2 different ways. It's good because you already heard it, it's something familiar. Or you can look at it from a different perspective where it's like, I don't know, I kind of want something different. I kind of want something unique, something that I never heard before, something that I could say, this is the best introduction that I heard on the album. Being that it's Brockhampton, this fits their style perfectly. I like the song, I'm not mad. No, nigga. Tell them boys where you came from, nigga.
Fifth string, young Peggy Ringo. Slick with the ink, these melodies need do a little. Did you win if your purpose is just perfect potential?
What do you say? Do you win or is your perfect potential? First off, his flow is just crazy. And the beat itself is amazing. It kind of sounds like it's a sample, but I honestly think that they just replayed it on like a piano or some type of synthetic sound. Either way, it is smooth. It got a nice little bounce to it, but it's also chill. It literally gives the artist enough to just kill it and put whatever they want on top of the beat, which is great.
Say something, nigga, tryna say, go ahead, throw a chain on.
I love that hook. It gives me like a Isaiah Rashad vibe. I love Isaiah Rashad. I would love Isaiah Rashad to do that hook, to be honest with you.
Be a soldier now.
Ooh, dollar bill, y'all. Wow. Wow.
Was missing for me.
I love this one.
Like money finish sentences. No, I ain't.
Let's first talk about the production. Goodness. Literally, you hearing a good guitar in the background, all live played. You hear a whistle with a lot of reverb in the background to make it sound more fuller. The drums are really popping with the 808. It's very bouncy, it's very hard hitting. It gives you like a Tiger type production. And then the way that he's flowing on top of it kind of sounds like an ASAP. I want to say ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg type mix. I personally like it. I think it's very, 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 very good. And I think it deserves to be one of the singles that was released. So far it's a 3 out of 3 for me. Let's continue it on. Ooh, they got a flute in the background with the production. Ooh, okay. Wow, wow, wow. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Me personally, I think that the song kind of loses energy. I think on the third verse when the auto-tune is a little bit more heavier. But when it comes to the first 2 verses, I thought it was just phenomenal. I thought the first 2 minutes were great. It had high energy. It was unique. I still overall like the song. I still will probably add it to my playlist. But it did finish strong coming at the end. It had a little catchier hook towards the end, and I thought that it was just a great way to kind of bring everything together. And plus, I do like the way that it slowed down towards the end, which allows for the perfect transition into the light. The way that the guitar and the bass is working so well together right now is just phenomenal. And it's not a lot, but it gives just the perfect amount to just fill the space in the song.
Feels good to get this shit out the mud, nigga. Caught a charge now, back out, Floyd back.
Oh my god, this production is so freaking crazy, man. This one is really, really heavy on the drums, but everything that's in the production, it just literally goes with what's happening in the drums. So many stuff going on. The sample is literally cutting and chopping, and then there's live instrumentation on top of that. Wow. Again, that's a prime example of their uniqueness. That kind of sounds like a Kanye West type hook, you know, with the auto-tune, higher pitch. I didn't expect that hook to even be there, to be honest with you, because it was just sounding more so like a 90s hip hop, you know what I'm saying, with a new school instrumentation type feel. We got the jazzy slash hip hop slash funk effect to it, but it comes in with a Kanye West auto-tune hook. It just shows you how unique and how much range that this group has. This is the best produced song on the album by far. Amazing. The way they chopped the sample, the way they added the sats in there, the way they added the other instrumentation, the way they slowed it down with the same beat pattern but still made it sound a little bit more neo-soul. It was just phenomenal. And then the delivery on top of that beat was just phenomenal as well. That song itself is a 10 out of 10. That's a 10 out of 10. Even though it's 6 minutes and 11 seconds, I don't mind it being 6 minutes. Whoa, okay, Brockhampton coming in with the singing. All right, okay. I thought Charlie Wilson was gonna take the hook, but as always, he always do ad-libs. So I don't know why I'm surprised. Like, oh my god. Oh, Charlie Wilson came back. Charlie, you didn't have to do that. Like, you did not have to kill the track like that. Like, it was already good, you know? Now, one thing I have to say, I did not expect for it to go fast like that, but it gave it the perfect vibe it needed. This is probably the most unique song because everything else kind of gave that hip-hop vibe. This gave the more poppier dance feel. Amazing, very melodic. A lot of singing going on. Charlie Wilson just kills it as always. I love it. I love it.
Maybe I wouldn't be so distant when you came from my
If I could define a voice that would be so perfect for this instrumentation that I'm hearing, this would be the voice that would be it. It's like an Eminem type beat, and then it has like a, how can I even describe it? Like a rock pop, what? A rock type effect on the voice. He's kind of like, he's rapping, but it kind of sounds like he is singing because of the effect. And there's a lot of instrumentation on this track. You hear guitars, you hear bass, you hear these nice hard hitting drums that just sound so perfect. I'm a fan. No words can describe how I feel right now. That sounds like a Paul McCartney track at the end. The feeling that I have is just like a, wow, we only at track 9. Yo, this production is so crazy. The kick is what gets it for me. Like the dun 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 dun, and then the singing. You know, I thought that was it. Hey, Brockhampton, you know, sign me. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for this. I'm ready. Like, just give me the deal. Give me the paper. I will sign it right now. Because this right here, like, you need a saxophone player? Like, I got you, bro. Like, look at my resume. You know, I can do this. But I'm already talking high. Because I can be what I want to be. I wanted to keep going. I really wanted it to keep going. I wanted the end of the song to really be a huge build with the strings. I thought that would have just sounded like phenomenal the way it could have ended. It was good the way it ended, but it still kind of sounded still soft at the end. That's probably what it was going for, but I wanted it to just get bigger. Like, only if it just build it with the strings. Maybe a saxophone at the end. Let him know you. Everybody snap with me. Let him know you. That guy came in hard, right? Running to fight. The harmonics were actually pretty good. And then the E-piano that came in as well was just phenomenal. The measures was phenomenal. The snaps was phenomenal. It allowed you to feel the togetherness in the track.
Always felt so frightened. My mama from the ghetto.
So first and foremost, I like how there's a continuation of The Light in The Light Part 2. I love how this is just telling the story of, you know what I'm saying, one of the individual members. I don't know who is actually the one that's speaking right now, but nevertheless, it makes you feel for them, and it makes you kind of respect their process, respect their grind, respect their music even more, because you're able to kind of learn deeper about them. Okay, so my final thoughts on the album. This was a phenomenal album. Is it their best album? I would have to go back and listen to their previous albums. I really love Saturation 3, but this album itself is a really great project. So it's hard to really make that decision right now, but I can say they have still continued to surprise me with this project. The production specifically is something that grew over time. I think that this is probably the best produced album that they have. The best produced album. When it comes to lyricism, I would have to go back to the other projects to say which one is better. Overall feel, it's so tough. Saturation 3 was so great, so it's hard to kind of compete. Again, I'm not mad with this project. This is something that I gotta listen to again. I'm literally about to travel to North Carolina right now. And well, actually in the next couple, maybe 4 hours, 5, 6, whatever. It don't matter. You're gonna see this when I'm on the road. But nevertheless, I thought it was a very phenomenal album, something that gives you a lot of different vibes, very diverse. It allowed you to kind of take on the different perspectives of each artist, which was great. The features were phenomenal. Not a big fan of old news, but at the same time, I do think that the Charlie Wilson piece was phenomenal. I thought that the track Dear Lord was phenomenal with the melodics. I even thought they gave a lot of vibes with the hip-hop 90s feel. Instrumentation was phenomenal. So again, these are all the reasons why I think this is a great project. You, the people that's watching this video, you let me know what was the best album. Do you think that this was better than Saturation? Do you think this was better than their previous projects? Do you think that the singles that they chose were the singles that they should have chose? Me personally, I do. I think that Those songs didn't give too much, and I think that the songs that were on the album that we didn't hear was a big surprise. It was phenomenal, and it kept me listening and wanting to listen to this album even more. Now, when it comes to the length of the project, 46 minutes, 38 seconds, 13 songs. Not a bad length project. Usually when there's more than 10 tracks on the album, I'm expecting it to be nothing more than really an hour is pushing it. So I want it in a range of 45 to 50. This is 46 minutes. Great. The songs are very moving, very great, so I don't mind it actually being there or that long. I would keep 12 out of the 13 tracks. I thought that it was solid. Could I cut it down to 10? I really couldn't, because every 12 tracks that I love were phenomenal, and I think that should be on the album. What was my favorite track? When I Ball, Dear Lord, Windows, and Bankroll. Those 4 tracks are just on top of this world. But just personal preference, I love that neo soul hip hop vibe. So if I had to choose between the 4, I had to go with Windows, because Windows gave it that really tough, hard-hitting hip hop feel that I loved. My least favorite track, hands down, was Old News. I just didn't think it hit as hard as the other ones. Let's talk about the rating. So for production, phenomenal. I have to give it a 10, just because it's so diverse throughout the tracks. Phenomenal. Live instrumentation was there. You got the dance feel, but you also got the hip hop feel and the neo soul feel. And then you even got a track that didn't even have production. It just had the E-piano supporting the vocals. Vocalism, I give it an 8. I thought it was phenomenal. I love the Charlie Wilson feature. I love the Dear Lord track that was just melodic. The harmonies and tones were great. I gave it an 8 because, again, it's not overall a lot of singing throughout the album. I thought that after track 7 there was a little bit more singing, but again it was supported by a lot of the auto-tune effects rather than more of a natural voice. Songwriting, I had to listen to again, but off the back I had to give it a 8 as well. I thought that it told their stories very precisely, and it was catchy enough for me to just vibe out and shake my head to, but also kind of relate and feel the emotion that's in the song as well. And then overall I feel I have to give it a 10. Again, this is an album that I will listen to. Again, I love Saturation 3. That's my favorite Brockhampton album. Me personally, I had to listen to this again and listen to Saturation 3 again to really determine which one I like better. So all together, when you add everything up, you divide by 4, you get a 9 out of 10 for the album. That's my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Until then, like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you subscribed already, go ahead and hit that post notification. We're on the road to 2K. Help me get there. I think we at what, 1.62 right now, which is crazy. Help support the channel. I'm trying to get to 10K by the end of the year, 2K pretty soon. And yeah, let me know what I should review next. Alright, remember your only limitations are those in your own mind. I recommend this album. Let me know what you think. Stevie TV out.
Mr. Steve, y'all.